My guest today is someone I have been dying to talk to since the moment she walked into the villa last season on Love Island, US. Now, she may have taken a few L's in the beginning, but she came out on top with a new man and a girl's by her side. Shout out to the Powerpuff Gang. She is the queen of confidence and an inspiration for so many Black women who don't want to settle in love or life. That's the power of representation in reality TV, y'all. Now, she's revealing what's next. So, JaNa, welcome to the show.
Hey, boo! How are you?
I'm loving this boss.
You like? I'll be trying. Thank you, baby.
How are you, girl?
I'm good.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. You know, I talked to Serena. I knew I couldn't go any further. I had to also talk to you. Thank you for coming to the show. It's been
for you.
A year since Love Island premiered. I mean, time flew by so fast. How are you? How are things with Kenny?
We're good. Everything's good. We just been chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it so weird? Like, you go from being on this villa, cameras in your face, everything being so on 10, to then having the calm of like real life.
Yes.
How was that adjustment initially? Because now it's settled in.
You're right. It has settled in now. Thank God. Everything was so fast. Like, I kind of don't even remember, like, if I'm being honest, August to like December.
Ooh.
I look at pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did do that. I'm like, can you remember when we went here? He's like, no. I'm like, me either. But wow, get to know that we went to Japan. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Yeah, it was a lot. But like, now that we've slowed down, it's so weird. Like, we're still like learning more about one another.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Like, and it's like things that you should have known like a while ago. But since like everything was so fast, we're just so focused on like supporting each other, like getting stuff done.
Yeah.
But like now that it's slowed down, like every day he like becomes my best friend more and more. And it's so exciting. Yeah. Like I feel like we're still like the honeymoon phase.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
This episode is presented in partnership with Airbnb. Baby, summer's calling, and she's got one thing on her mind: your next getaway. My take? Plan your trip by searching guest favorites on Airbnb, because these most loved homes are ready for your next adventure. Let's get into it. So, where do y'all live? Like, are you like different states, same state?
Yes. Okay, so he's in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm in Vegas.
Okay.
And then we're both here in LA for the summer.
Oh, that's awesome. So usually you guys are traveling back and forth, but then now you guys actually get some more like consistent time in LA.
Yes, ma'am.
How y'all like in LA? LA's different. I don't know how much you've spent time here before, but
it's a little different, you know. I lived in San Diego. I went to San Diego State, so I guess not like I remember the Cali vibes, but like, you know,
yeah,
this traffic thing is just like not cute.
It's traffic. It's a lot of industry, and I'm sure you know, you and the PPG, y'all are the hottest thing in town, so it's probably a lot. Has there been a highlight this year?
Oh yeah, okay. I think the highlight of this year is definitely the Grammys.
Oh my gosh,
yes! The fact that we got invited, we're like, y'all want us at the Grammys?
Period. Okay. Period. What was the experience like? Because I don't actually think that I've ever actually been to the Grammys.
Yeah,
before.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really fun. It's really fun. But it's a lot of waiting. It was like a lot of waiting.
Yeah, no, the shows are usually long unless you have something to do. Like I do like to work at events. So I know that like I'm doing this and then going home. Sometimes it's a lot to get into the party vibe.
Yeah,
like,
you're
what's
right.
happening? No, seriously. So was there a moment where you realized coming off this show the extent of your popularity? Because when you guys are in the villa, you can't talk to anybody. You can't, you don't really know how the public is responding to you outside of the voting nights. So when was that moment where you realized, oh wow, I'm really making an impact and people are really like rocking with me?
That's okay. Good question. Okay, so we have no idea what's going on inside the villa, right? And then it wasn't until like the last day they tell us that we're getting a reunion. And I don't know if you've seen the other seasons, but only like maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons got a reunion, and then they stopped it.
Okay, for the US one.
For the So like you would have to do so good that America would want to see like a reunion. So we're like, a reunion, that means like we're doing good. And then the top producer took us aside. It's like, I just want you guys to know, because we don't get your phone until 2 days after each episode airs. So like we couldn't get our phone until 2 days after, so that you guys don't know who like won or not, you know, or won. But he goes in the kitchen, he goes, I'm so proud of each and every one of you guys. This has been my favorite one. He's filmed every single one.
And y'all was though. He didn't lie.
I thought we did good. But he was like, you're bigger than Bridgerton and your lives are going to change forever. And it's something about when a producer says your life, like you're bigger than Bridgerton, because Bridgerton. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like everyone watched that one. It's from last year. Yeah.
No, but it really was like
insane.
that. And specifically because of like you and Serena, like PPG, but also like for me, like I remember when I saw the clips of y'all, I felt so seen in a way that I don't feel like I'm always seen.
That's how you make us feel.
Oh, stop!
I'm so serious.
Girl.
Like, no, you make us feel like that. That's so crazy.
Oh my gosh, I really perceive that because I mean, if it feels the way that I'm saying, then I know it's deep because it's just like, yeah, like I relate to her. And watching you guys on the show, I immediately was like, this girl is my friend. She is me.
We tried. We tried to make the sisters proud.
No, y'all really did. Held it together, but still wasn't robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw moments on the show where you were vulnerable, where you like, hey, like, am I not that girl? Because I've been sure that I'm that girl.
Sis, for a whole second, I was like, I know. I'm like, alright. But the way they were treating me, I'm like, I know about that life. Like, what is the issue? I was so confused.
It's tough. And honestly, we know it's tough in the real world, right? It's tough finding love and without cameras around. And then it is even more when people are watching you in real time figure it out with somebody. Before I get into like, obviously how you found Kenny in that moment before, I'm curious when you came back home, how your relationships were impacted by being on the show, right? Because even for me growing up in the industry, I remember when I became popular, even my family member was like, can we take pics? So I'm curious, have you experienced that? Like how has things shifted since this popularity?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. My family's like half of them from Southside Chicago. The other side's from Atlanta.
Okay, that's like my
sister.
Yeah.
I thought we were sisters. So, they ain't shy.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll just be minding my business. Every day I get a call, like a FaceTime, like, this is my neighbor. They want to say hi to you. I'm like, hi, neighbor. This is my mailman. I'm like, hi, Mr. Mailman. And like my baby cousins are like in dance classes. So they'd FaceTime me. He's like, they don't believe that you're my cousin. I'm like, I'm my cousin, like, hey, and stuff like that.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's cute, it's sweet, but like, they're just like, so you got to get everybody a Christmas present, right? And I'm like, I already was. But, they're just the most, but it's been good. Like, they've been supporting me a lot. My church, I know, but they're like, JaNa, like, when do you cuss? So it was so bad. Yes, it was so bad.
Church.
Yes, my mom's like, no, the church is like, yeah. When they told me that, my heart dropped. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get in trouble. But they were very proud of me. God for kids. So like, let's tone it down and, no more bikinis. I was like, sorry.
The body was eating though.
I was trying.
So I need the bikinis to continue.
I was trying.
So when you think about the JaNa that entered the villa and you think about the JaNa that's now outside of the villa, what is the biggest difference? What do you think, changed you the most from that experience?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Okay, so I pride myself in always being like humble.
Yeah.
Right? So I try to be like double humble, which it's not even a thing. You know what I mean? Right? But like, I don't know. I think I've just been way more grateful. Like I always woke up with like gratitude and like every morning I'm like, God is good. Life is good. Everything's okay. I'm healthy. I'm smart. I'm strong, right? I'm kind to others and others will be kind to me. But ever since the villa, I have to tell myself that like twice a day now. I don't know why, but like right before I got in here, I'm like, everything's going to be good. Keke loves you. You love Keke. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I've just been so grateful. I will say I'm more nervous. I've never had anxiety.
Yes, well, that's what, when you said that, that's what it sounded like to me. Like, but I mean, it's very natural. I mean, I think for me, I think I was an anxious person before I was in the industry.
I could never tell. I feel like you've been in since day one, like since you were a baby.
I was just about to say, it's probably hard for me to tell because I've been doing it for so long. But I do think being popular or being famous or being somebody in front of the camera, it will make you more anxious because you're constantly being perceived. So it's a natural thing. But the
Give
remedy,
me some advice, please.
I was going to say the remedy, I think, is what you just said. Like like having gratitude, like. I mean, nothing really can go too wrong. At the end of the day, I just be myself. And, if they don't like me, then hey, they don't like me. But all I can do is give my best. And that's how I've always dealt with it. And I'm the same way. Like, I will repeat stuff. I'm like, this is the thing, this is the thing, this is the thing. And it helps me get through. So I just keep doing it.
So proud of you. Yeah. I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. But like, oh my gosh, the amount of like, I think it's just because, right? I was like never ever anxious, never nervous.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, I was like I signed up for like the talent shows. And like, I was like prom queen. I was like, I got this.
Girl, I read, I was like, Mama was prom queen. And then you grew up in Hawaii, which also is tea too. On the beach.
Sound like that.
I live for that. So wait, real quick with the prom queen thing, because I think that's like every girl's dream. I definitely wanted to be prom queen. I didn't go to high school, but I would have loved to, and I would have loved to be prom queen.
True Jackson.
What was like? Right, I was the VP. I was the VP. What did it feel like becoming prom queen?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because, okay, I know this sounds like very, how do I say this? I kind of know, respectfully, humbly, sorry, Jesus, but like I knew. Only because my mom was prom queen, my brother was prom king. It's something in our family where like we just like are very outgoing. And I've been like, I was in Hawaii since 3rd grade. So like I grew with all my family like and friends. And I was always like the only Black girl in class. I was very like kind and outgoing. So, like I kind of knew. I knew so bad that I made my mom fly to California to get 4 dresses for me. So like we already knew. So she flew out there, picked the 4 dresses that I saw, flew them back. We tried them on. I picked one. And like when they said my name, I was like, oh my gosh. And they were like, JaNa, go. Like we knew. I was like,
do you feel like that helped you with being in the villa or anything like that? Meaning like, I mean, I do feel like it's kind of like being a public like person.
You know what I mean? Yes. I do this thing where like maybe, how how to explain it, because I was raised in Japan and I was like all over Asia, military brat. So
Okay,
like,
boom.
right?
I'm like,
so
this is a
I did
fabulous childhood.
No, like the way me and God, I was like, okay, God, good. But the thing was like, I did this thing like growing up where I was always like the only black girl.
Yeah.
So like I could either be like uncomfortable and shy, or I can just like, let me just be like not like, I don't want to to show people I'm like shy or like uncomfortable in any room. So I would just like vibe with everyone. Like I'd introduce myself and stuff. So like all over the world, I made all these friends. And like even in 3rd grade, my first day of school, like I was like, what's your name? Want to be my friend? Like I was never shy. So I do this thing where like I just like adapt to others, like try to build rapport, all that cute stuff. So in the villa, my first day, I'm just like, the second I saw Serena, I was fine.
My girl with this suit, we're ready to go into politics.
We're ready.
I live for everything that you just said. And I do feel like we saw that in you in the show. Like that confidence and that kind of like, yeah, even if I am the only or one of few, like, who gives, like I'm here to
I'm gonna just do it. Yeah.
Yes. And that was the energy we needed to see for a long time on Love Island. Seriously.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Summer is here, and you know what that means. It's time to live your best life. This couple's trip I took to Turks and Caicos a while back lives rent-free in my mind. Okay, let me paint the picture. I stayed in this gorgeous Airbnb right on the beach, waking up to the sound of waves and stepping out onto the pristine white sand. That memory is still giving me summertime magic. Now, whether you're for a beachfront paradise like I had, a cozy cabin in the woods, or a chic city apartment, Airbnb's got amazing homes waiting for you. We're talking better locations, more privacy, and the kind of space that'll have you feeling like the star of your own summer blockbuster. So don't let the summer slip away. Book your Airbnb now and get ready to live that main character life. Trust me, you're gonna have a time. Baby, I have never, and I mean never, been more devastated than when I found out that some of y'all been sneaking around behind Domino's back just to get your stuffed crust fix. Now, you know us Virgos are incredibly loyal, steadfast even. Cheating, especially on something as serious as Parmesan stuffed crust pizza, ain't gonna fly in this house. I saw y'all slide into those other pizza spots drive-thrus, ordering that cheese-filled crust like Domino's, and I wouldn't find out about your little rendezvous. But sweetie, the healing starts today, because Domino's just dropped their own stuffed crust, and now y'all got no excuse to keep stepping out on them like this. It's time to put those pizza cheating ways to rest. Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust is serving pure decadence with that buttery, handmade dough wrapped around a cascading stream of 100% melty goodness. These are the cheese pools of your dreams. It's very much a Goofy movie level of ooey gooey cheesy deliciousness. And of course, your girl can't forget about that signature garlic seasoning and Parmesan sprinkle dance on top of that perfectly baked crust, making every single taste like it was blessed by the pizza gods themselves. You can think about it now. I'm already imagining the parm stuffed pie I've been plotting on. Next time I'm placing my order, you best believe I'm having mushrooms, grilled onions, and some extra peppers just to, keep the vegetables on top. Now, this is the kind of commitment I'm talking about. No more pizza cheating needed when Domino's is bringing this level of excellence to the table. Order Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza on the Domino's app and use code Keke to get any 3-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $11.99. Price is higher for some locations. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. Delivery orders subject to local store's delivery charge. Holla at your girl. But before Love Island, you were an entrepreneur. Like, what made you, tell me a little bit about what your entrepreneurial pursuits were.
Of course. Okay, so fun fact, I think I've lived about 9 lives before Love Island.
Right.
So people But I remember it started all the way from in high school. I would buy chocolate bars from the grocery store, from the commissary for 50 cents.
Come on,
sell them
candy
for
store lady.
$2. Exactly. So I've been a little Miss Entrepreneur. But I just told myself I would never depend on a man for anything.
And that's right.
Yes, ma'am. And I was I couldn't because unfortunately my mom did. My mom was such a good wife and such a good mom. Yeah. And then when my dad left, I saw the struggle. And man, that struggle, I was I could not do that. Why would you think to trust a man? So then I got 3 jobs at 16, and one of them was to sell chocolate bars and candies. And I was man, one day I made $100. I'm hold on, I'm rich.
Yeah, I know how to do this.
It was insane. It was so easy. Yeah. And then when I went off to college, my major, you don't need a business administration degree to run a business. You just really need Google and YouTube. So I changed it to, it's really that simple, self-explanatory. So I changed it to communication so that I could have really good communication skills with my future employees, because I was thinking long-term. But I first did, I sold lashes. Period. Yeah, they're called Nene Collection. And business was booming, and then COVID hit. So that business kind of, and then I was bored in COVID. So then I started to learn how to day trade in the foreign exchange market. And I just love analyzing charts. It's like very therapeutic to me.
Wow.
Like I like started investing like in stocks and learning how stocks work. So like it was just, I don't know, I told myself somehow, some way I'm going to do it. And then my Airbnb business came out and about because I was scrolling on Instagram. I saw all these like young kids like successfully like killing it in Airbnb. So then I went to like Dallas, and it's so crazy how Kenny lives in Dallas because like I already knew about Dallas because I got my Airbnbs there. And then the laws changed in Dallas where like you basically can only have midterm rentals. So after that business shut down, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. I started studying Amazon, and then I did Amazon FBA.
Girl,
I still have
you're our sponsors.
Hustler. Yeah.
Yes, Airbnb and Amazon.
Love me some Amazon.
This is all real.
Yes. But I now sell products on Amazon FBA, and then I went up into the villa. So then I had to hire like a VA to like manage.
So you are literally a hustler. That Chicago side of your family is coming through strong. Because one thing we're gonna do is find a job and a gig. How do you think that helped you in the villa? Like, did you obviously you were going to the villa for love, but hearing you talk, you're a smart young woman, so you knew that there would also be opportunities coming out of the villa, whether there's love or something else. Otherwise.
Yes. You know what's so crazy? Even like in the villa, I mean, like thinking of the outside, I don't think any of us thought that it would be like to this extreme.
Yeah.
Like Keke Palmer knows who I am.
I watched you every day in my bedroom eating food.
I would have never thought. I would have never thought, you know what I mean? So like inside the villa, the way I use like my entrepreneur, like I guess side of me was just to literally never give up and pivot. Like every time a boy left me, I'm like, I'm just going to pivot and we're going to go to someone else. Like, man, the amount of L's I took up in that villa. But like I could have gone home.
You made it look like fashion. You really did. You really, because I felt like it was, I don't know. I just never once felt like, oh no, poor JaNa. I just never felt that.
I didn't want anybody.
Like you just ate. You were like, this is crazy. They're crazy. But my moment is coming. And your moment came.
Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny. I know Kenny was young and he wasn't necessarily what you were thinking at first when you found about that age. But
a little taller.
Like, how did you get to the point of opening yourself up to him? I mean, obviously he's cute and he was nice, but
his skills little thing. Yeah. So the second he told me his age, I'm looking at that like, oh no, not a babysitter. Like I can't be a babysitter. That's insane, right? But the crazy part, he's 20, what was he, 24? And I was 27.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you're so cute. Like it went from like, is he handsome to he's cute, right? But the crazy part is, I don't know if Serena told you, but like the night before he came in, Serena was still like on edge of what she wanted. Yeah. I knew for a fact that I was single at that moment. So I was like, this sucks. And we're venting like how it's like so not fair, specifically for Black girls. Like we felt like we were getting the short end of the stick. Yeah. And she was like so frustrated. And I was like, oh my gosh, girl, I feel your pain. Like, girl, you're not alone and stuff, right? I'm like, we should just like manifest what we want. So she's like, what do you want? And I was like, I need a Latino man. Because I already had a vanilla and I already had chocolate. I already had chocolate the first time. I said, vanilla. So I'll switch it up. And then she was like, okay. And I'm like, he has to be at least 6'1". She was like, yes. And then I said,
Latino.
It wasn't crazy.
Afro Latino. I know, that's right.
And I was like, he needs to be from New York. And she's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. The ones from New York are just like a different. And I didn't tell her specifically the Bronx, but I said in my head, he's going to be from Brooklyn or he's going to be from the Bronx.
You need to stop.
I put this on everything, Serena, to this day. So when he came in, he was, at first he had mentioned something about Dallas, but I'm like, oh, but where are you from originally? He's like, I'm from New York. And I went, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'm like, oh, like, what are you? Like, are you like Mexican? He goes, I'm Dominican. I said,
Afro Latina.
Yes. I was like, Serena. She's like, Jane, and I'm like, she goes like, how tall are you? 6'3". And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I love when me and my girls start gagging together. It's almost better than the news from the guy.
Yes, it was insane. So me and her looking at each other, I'm like, don't. But then he pulls like Leah for a chat first, and then me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But if you're gonna pull anyone, it's gonna be my best friend. So
Period.
Like, not mad.
And you chose correct.
But then it's like I manifested him. It was so weird. So I'm like, you might be the one because I manifested you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and so we missed so many moments. And I don't want to say we missed, but we don't get to see everything. Right. We don't get to see everything. So what were some of those things that are like on the cutting room floor?
You missed Serena go in at the fire pit. Y'all didn't see the full fire pit. Child. Let me might get in trouble. But Serena really like expressed herself way better than what the cameras showed at the recoupling. I'll tell you that when the cameras are off. But Shawty went and actually said, like, you guys are proud of her. You guys.
I just feel like the casting was so good on this season. And if Love Island is listening, and y'all ever decide to do an HBCU, just call me to host it.
They're right there.
Call me. If y'all do an HBCU Love Island type of like extravaganza for Juneteenth or something, I will be your host. So let me know, because this casting was really, really well done. Because I felt we saw all the different nuances of cultural backgrounds, not just putting pieces together to say check off. It felt like all the people could actually connect on what they're interested in.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's why I think it was such a great cast, was because everybody was like, even if they're different backgrounds, they was on the same page.
Period.
You know, and that's important. I mean, what was your mentality coming into the villa when it came to friends? Especially like just meeting people that were going to be, I mean, sometimes it is solo and lonely for the black
some girls came in solo and walked out solo. Like, we try to be good friends with them, but I think they're just there for such a short amount of time. But like, I told myself, obviously go straight for the black girls. The good thing about me is I base people off their personality first.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't care where you're from, but if you're a mean person, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me go for like the sweethearts, because I consider myself like a sweetheart. But like, every girl was such a girl's girl.
Yes.
Like, I thought I was a girl's girl until like when they saved me. I know. I thought I was going home. I was like, it's been fun. And they say, I'm like, y'all want me to still stay? Like,
every girl was a girl's girl. And I was like, to see you guys actually really form a clique that still maintained outside of the show. I mean, that must have been shocking for y'all. Like, was there any moment where you felt like, I don't want to say the producers, but the producers and or the public pitting you against each other or trying to create any type of 100%.
So the thing about the producers is like, they will never make you do something you don't want to do, but they would like suggest something like, hey, like, it seemed like, you know, Kenny hurt your feelings yesterday. Did you want to go talk to someone else instead? And I was like, no, people hurt feelings. And he's like, okay, well, like, you know, I know you would want to vent to Serena, but why don't you vent to like someone else? I'm like, no, that's my girl. I need to vent to her. Like, they try to like make you do that. It's like, okay, well, just let you know, I think you should do this instead. Because I'm like, thanks for your opinion, but no, nice try. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But what do you say? Because at the end of the day, I'm sure being on the show, you're thinking to yourself, like, I also don't want to piss. I still want my TV time.
Yeah, it's like, first, me and Kenny got no airtime, apparently. I haven't, like, I mean, I've seen the majority of it because, like, it's so hard watching yourself. But, like, people are like, yeah, I got no airtime. I'm like, we know. But I think it's because we talked about God.
It was like Blink and y'all was in love.
Yeah.
We were like, yes. You know, but we did see it. But it was also kind of like, damn, she's tired up.
Because why did I think that too? People like, Jay, you're so desperate. I'm like, no, there was days that you guys missed. We actually had conversations. It looked like that, huh?
But we're also used to reality TV, so we know we can fill in the holes. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But I'm always curious of that because it's a balance, right? It's like at the end of the day, I want to stay on the show and have an experience, but also like I want to be true to myself.
Exactly. You know? And that was, I think, what set our season apart from the others was like every time I would assume that the other seasons would just like fall into the suggestions of production. So many times they told us not to do something and we did it. We didn't care. They told me do not walk off set. I walked off set because I was upset. I'm like, did not care. And every single time they told us to do something, I kind of felt we all purposely like just didn't do it. Just because like we some bad little kids.
Well, also I live for the banding together energy.
Yeah. And I told them, I was like, if I go home, just like, no, Leah, Serena going home. And then they're like, please don't go home. I'm like, I'm leaving. Like I was so upset. I'm like, let's go, girls. I'm like, let's go. And there's so many times. But then like I know that one moment like Serena really needs to talk to like Cordell one more time. Leah needs to talk to Miguel one more time. So like, Jane, can we just stay for one more day? And if you sleep on it in the morning, if you want to go, we will all go. And I'm so grateful that they made me sleep on it that night because like that was the day after Casa Amor. I'm like, this is ghetto, this is ratchet, this is
oh my gosh, the Casa Amor is so much. And like the girls are coming in and so ready to rub your man's back. It's like, why y'all so ready?
They told us one day, like, we promised you guys were girls. I'm like,
it's like I feel like they're like, you'll get extra $10 if you kiss more than that. It's like, why is everybody so ready to be freaked out? That was just so pissing me off.
We actually got in trouble. Fun fact. We got in trouble because so one day the day after Casa Amor, the following day, it's not like I don't think we were mean to the Casa Amor girls. We just didn't care to talk to them because it's like,
because we know what y'all was up to. Y'all over there like a football player on the field ready to crash your head for extra cash. I know what's going on. They were too ready.
You are my favorite person.
They were too ready to get
They were too ready. I was talking about, like, you know, your mom's watching, right? Exactly. And I think, like, production, basically, long story short, HR came.
Okay. Get them together.
I was like, no, but no,
they were all together.
We were in trouble.
Yeah, because I do remember that moment where it felt like I knew that time was cut. Like, I knew that there was a time lapse because everybody was like in that corner and it was like we had to, you knew that things went left.
It was crazy. It was Liv and someone in the makeup room. So the first night, the girls were too scared. They thought that we were intimidating. So they waited outside the makeup room until we like got ready for bed and we were like, don't care. And then went to bed and they got their makeup room. And then the next morning, they were like, we wanted to do our makeup, but like, I don't think they're welcoming. I'm like, okay, so wait outside. Like, we were not playing. So we're doing our makeup. And mind you, I want to go home at this point. Like, I'm already over it. Kenny tried me. I don't care to be here, right? I'm sitting outside and Kayla goes, JaNa, like Liv and Serena. Someone was with Liv. I think it was Serena. They're in the makeup room arguing with the Casa Amor girls. I said, time to shine. I took my shoes off so quick and I'm running. I was like, let's go. Because I told them if I go, I'm going out with a bang. Literal bang. Like, I was so upset, right? Keke, I was running and I was ready. I get to the front. I go up the stairs and who's there? HR with the other two producers that are never on set. They're up in the air. And I was like, and I had all this momentum. Like, what are you doing here, JaNa? I was like, just checking on my girls. Like, no, come here. So they called all the girls into the makeup room and they were like, for you OGs to be so distant from the other girls, like, we picked you guys because of your personalities, because of your kindness. Like, we know your hearts. Mind you, I'm here with shades on. So the girls are like, we're on the room. I'm just like,
and that ain't even real, y'all. We ain't got to go so far, but we can't.
The way they really,
chum.
you know what I'm saying? They tried us. And so we had to go in a circle, and basically everyone apologized. I was silent because I'm like, I ain't do nothing. So what am I apologizing for? I ain't do nothing, right? And then they went around. The girls were like crying. The customer girls were crying. Like, we're really sorry. Like, we hate that we're in this position. Like, we're rooting for you girls, but like, like we deserve love too. And I'm just like, just don't call yourself a girls girl. Because me personally, if production's like, hey, you're not an OG, you're gonna come in as a customer girl, I would be like, send me home back to America, because I would never in my life be a customer girl. I've seen the other shows. I see how it works. I would never sign up to break up a relationship. That's just not me. So I'm
it's tough, you know what I mean? And sometimes you might find somebody during the course of more time where it's like, okay, clearly this person was left. Yeah, exactly. Things went wrong and there's an opportunity, but it's very rare. But speaking of Rob, really quick, I wanted to do a sideline of what was up with Liv, and I loved Liv, right? But then she made me really upset.
Yeah.
When she came and Leah did all that stuff. What was that about? Like, why did she suddenly get so vicious like that?
It was, I know,
like,
right?
Did I miss something?
I watched the episode 2 and I was like, did I miss something? I was there. I know. So the thing about Liv is,
I didn't get it.
So you gotta remember, Liv was like really young. She was 22 at the time. She was very ride or die.
For who and for what?
Right.
I just didn't get it. And she was seeming so like down for the girls, but then it was like, I'm sorry, what?
I know. So at my elimination, she was obviously like riding, like Janae's not going anywhere. So I'm like, oh, my love for you is strong. I got your back, right? But the Rob situation, I don't know. So what you guys didn't see is like, respectfully, like we're obviously all big fun family, but like on our break days, it would be